Hello, this is Professor Yamini Bhushan Tripathi, and we are discussing the 12 weeks certificate course of palliative care by integrative approach. And today I am going to discuss a symptom called hiccup in palliative care. Hiccup means हिचकी आना, जो कहते हैं ना हिचकी आने लगता है किसी किसी को, तो ओल्ड पेशेंट्स या किसी को भी आ सकता है. बट पैलिएटिव केयर कंडीशन में अगर किसी को हिचकी आने लगे, हाउ टू मैनेज. This is the anatomical picture you must keep in mind. This is the nerve size, larynx and glottis. This is the larynx and glottis, and recurrent laryngeal nerve, and this is the intercostal nerve. This is the vagus nerve, and this is the hiccup center in the medulla oblongata. His hiccup center is activated, then your hiccup comes. How it is activated? Either it is vagus nerve or it is this nerve or the diaphragm. Diaphragm is very important. Diaphragm is meant for your respiration, your lung inhalation and exhalation is because of diaphragm up and down. This also affects the this hiccup center. So these are the factors which affect. So hiccup are involuntary contraction of the diaphragm followed by sudden closure of vocal cord. Vocal cord is closed and diaphragm keeps on moving, sudden, then you get hiccup. Can be distressing in palliative care patients. So gastrointestinal related abnormalities are the most common trigger. Gastrointestinal means किसी को गैस बन जा रही है, किसी को मिचली आने लग रही है. These are the causes make this hiccup. A comprehensive approach is essential for effective management of hiccup. What is comprehensive approach? So first of all, you know the causes, then only you can have the management. So gastrointestinal causes, GERD, gastric distension, bowel obstruction, liver diseases. They are the main gastrointestinal diseases. Second is the neurological causes, brain stem tumor, stroke, Parkinson's disease. They are the neurological causes. Metabolics and systematic causes can also cause hiccup, like electrolyte imbalance, uremia, hyperglycemia. Suppose किसी को लू लग जाए, what will happen? There will be electrolyte imbalance. We always recommend. किसी को बहुत ज़्यादा उल्टी हो जाए, vomiting, severe vomiting हो जाए, dehydration हो जाए, somehow, then there is a cause of electrolyte imbalance. Drug-induced corticosteroids, chemotherapy, and opiates receptors are there. They are the drug-induced hiccup. And psychological causes, heavy anxiety, stress affecting the vagal tone. I showed you the vagus nerve that is directly connected to hiccup center. So these are the causes which make you. What are the neurological causes? I have told you the neurological causes. They are the four: gastrointestinal causes, neurological causes, metabolic causes, and drug-induced causes. Now one by one we will discuss. What are the neurological causes? Brain stem lesion or tumor affecting the medulla. Medulla oblongata has this hiccup center. Stroke, brain stem infarction, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, neurogenic involvement. They are the causes. Pathways, afferent pathways, vagus nerve, phrenic nerve, sympathetic fibers. They are activated. Central processing, medulla and brain stem is affected. Efferent pathway, phrenic nerve and intracostal muscle. I have showed you in the first slide, these are the locations. So what happened? Hiccup longer than 48 hours. Hiccup usually comes for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But if it continues for hours and maybe for days, then it is a matter of concern. History and physical examination. Glucose, creatinine, all the biochemical tests has to be done. Abnormal CXR, toxic metabolic, neurological findings, ENT cases, gastrointestinal findings, endoscopy, refer to ENT. If it is an ENT issue, refer to ENT. If it is a gastrointestinal, refer to gastroenterologist. If it is neurological, MRI with contrast LP. Drug and alcohol screen in addition to screening blood test, toxic metabolites, and chest CT with contrast. They are the method to test why hiccup is not being controlled. Because 5 to 10 minutes hiccup ही can come. हम लोग कहते हैं किसी की आपको याद आ रही है in a common man, but it is not true. It is a physiological imbalance in your body. You have to take care of it. So what are the gastrointestinal causes? Gastric distension, पेट में गैस इकट्ठा हो जाए तब हो जाता है. कार्बोनेटेड ड्रिंक, इफ यू आर टेकिंग a lot of carbonated drink, कोका कोला पी रहे हैं, बहुत ज्यादा पी लिया. गैस्ट्रोपायरेसिस, GERD, एसिड इरिटेशन विथ वेगस नर्व, जो गैस्ट्राइटिस हो जाती है. बावेल ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन, कॉमन इन एडवांस्ड कैंसर. बावेल ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन मीन्स you are having problem in passing stool, it's constipation. And liver diseases, hepatomegaly, pressing the diaphragm. Diaphragm should be free to move up and down. If it is pressed either by gas or by liver megaly, then diaphragm movement will be affected and it will cause the hiccup. So gas is very common with the gastrointestinal. Now metabolic and systemic causes, what are the electrolyte imbalance is most important. Low sodium, calcium and potassium. Uremia, high urea in your blood, seen in kidney failure patients. That is, for example, the chronic kidney disease patients, they may get hiccup, and that hiccup may be related to the high blood urea. And hyperglycemia in the diabetic patients, if the glucose is not controlled due to diabetes complications, then also you can have hiccup. So if you know the cause, you can manage by medicine or by food. Drug-induced, the fourth class of hiccup is the corticosteroid. This is a life-saving drug. But most of the time it should not be given. But if patient is very chronically ill, doctors have no option except to give cortisone. But excess cortisone may cause hiccup. And prednisolone is one of the corticosteroids used in cancer therapy. This is also used for the pain management. In cancer, pain is very important. And for the pain management, they give corticosteroid also. But long-term use corticosteroid has a lot of side effects. And one of them is the hiccup. Chemotherapy agents, cisplatin, carboplatin, they are also one of the causes of hiccup. And benzodiazepine, sleep management, opiates affect the central nervous system and may cause hiccup. So, psychological causes, anxiety and stress, they affect the vagal tone and diaphragm control. They may cause hiccup. And emotional distress can worsen the persistent hiccup. The hiccup is going for 48 hours, 24, 12 hours. This is something abnormal. You have to take care. Then you have to know what are the 4 group of causes, and in those groups, what is the main cause. If you can find out, you can tell the patient family members to take care of this, and if by that it is not controlled, then you can refer to the medical team. How do we hiccup? This is the physiological thing I want to say. Number 1, stimulus, drinking carbonated beverage, eating or drinking sometime hot or cold, eating quickly. This is very important. In our method of eating, we have said that you have to chew 32 times because you have 32 teeth, 32 दांत होते हैं, तो 32 बार चबाइए. But nobody has that much patience. You are sitting on the lunch table or dinner table, you keep on eating. That's not good. Either you are talking or you are quickly eating. Without mindful eating is very important. Mindful eating means you should know, your mind should know what you are eating and how you are eating. That is called the mindful eating. And if you are not doing it, then there may be a quick eating and there may be cause of hiccup. Number 2, glossopharyngeal nerve. Glossopharyngeal nerve activation may cause hiccup. Medulla oblongata, hiccup center in the medulla oblongata, brain, that get activated by all these things. Okay? And 4th is the closure of the vocal cord. Vocal cord, if it is closed, somehow, sudden closure, they may call hiccup. Okay? Medulla oblongata activation, hiccup center, closes this, and that is the cause, closure of vocal cord. And trachea and esophagus. This is the trachea, this is the esophagus. They are going by that. And if this is blocked, closure of this, they will cause hiccup. And why this lung, diaphragm movement, This will block it. So this should not happen. Hiccup is caused by closure of vocal cord. You understand? Why hiccup? One answer. Closure of vocal cord. Why vocal cord is closed? Either by pushing the lung up by diaphragm or by these factors: stimulation, quick eating, or glossopharyngeal nerve. These factors activate this and this block this, and diaphragm becomes very rapid and this block this. So contraction of diaphragm. These are the two things which you keep in mind. So what are the Ayurvedic approaches of hiccup? Ayurveda classifies hiccup under Hicca rog. This is Ayurveda called Hicca rog. In modern medicine, hiccup related to Vata and Kapha imbalance. Vata and Kapha imbalance. Usually, you see this diagram, Vata, there are 5 types of Vata. They are the Vata means something related to air. And Kapha means blocking. It is being blocked, vocal cord. Why it will be blocked? If some water like thing, mucus like thing gets accumulated, it will block. This accumulation can be done because of the Vata is not properly acting on that part, and it is not pushing it out, the cough. So Vata and Kapha imbalance. Key herbs and their use: pipli, sunthi, ajwain, clove, tulsi, jeera, and hing. They are the medicinal products which can be used for the control. How they are used? Pipli is used half teaspoon powder with honey. Sunthi is used with ginger tea or decoction. Ajwain, half teaspoon with warm water. Clove, you know, chew 1 clove. That may help in controlling hiccup. Tulsi tea and tulsi leaves are also very effective. Jeera powder or jeera drink is very effective. And hing in your food, you know, apply paste on the abdomen and take in the warm water. Regulation of gut irritation. Jeera prevents the bloating. Tulsi calms the nervous system. Clove, antispasmodic, relaxes diaphragm. Ajwain, carminative and removes toxin. And Sunthi, digestive and anti-flatulent. And Pipli, nervine stimulant. So I have showed you in the previous slide, these are the causes for the hiccup. And these medicinal plants prevent these causes, they regulate these causes, and these are the method for taking this. Now, homeopathic drugs are also effective. Cuprum metallicum, Naxwamica, Ignatia, and Carbovag. The violent spasm and convulsive hiccup. This is used. Hiccup from overeating, alcohol or stress. Naxwamica is used. And hiccup due to anxiety, grief, or emotional distress. Ignatia is used. And hiccup with bloating or gas. Carbovag is used. So if you know the cause, then these medicines can be applicable. Yogic exercise is also important. Pranayam, breathing exercise, Anulom Vilom and Bhramari, very effective. Balances the vagus nerve stimulation. Vagus nerve means parasympathetic nervous system control. Reduces the stress affecting the diaphragm, means control of the sympathetic nerve. Reduce the sympathetic nervous system and increase the parasympathetic nervous system. For parasympathetic means your yogic practices, meditation, vagus nerve control, they are the parasympathetic. Sympathetic means cortisol, adrenaline and non-adrenaline, anger, anxiety, all these doshas are sympathetic nervous system. Asanas, Uttana Mandukasana, extended frog pose, this is called, relieves diaphragm pressure. If the diaphragm is the cause, then this asana will be very effective. Makrasana, crocodile pose. This helps to regulate the diaphragm. Both asanas are helping in diaphragm management. And this is Anulom, pranayam is helping in diaphragm movement. Naturopathy, cold compress on the diaphragm, controls the spasm. Acupressure, CV 17 point, stimulates the vagal nerve activity. And water therapy, ice cold water or sugar granules for reflex inhibition. They are the naturopathic methods. And diet modification, If you are very often coming across hiccup, then you should modify your diet and lifestyle also. For that, eat a small amount, frequent meals. Don't take a large amount in one time, but a small amount in many times. Prevent gastric irritation. Avoid carbonated drink, alcohol, and spicy food. Include fennel, saunt, cumin, jeera, and ginger in the daily diet. Fennel, cumin, and ginger is very good for your control management. Drink warm water instead of cold beverages. Lifestyle management, manage anxiety and stress through relaxation and technique. Avoid overeating and large meals, I told you earlier. Practice slow and mindful eating. That is very important. Improve posture after meals to reduce reflux related hiccup. Immediate remedies of hiccup: hold breath for a few seconds to reset diaphragm, because diaphragm overactivity is one of the cause I told you. So reset the diaphragm activity. Sip ice cold water slowly to disrupt the hiccup reflex. Hiccup means this hiccup center has been overactivated. You have to control that. And the vocal cord has been choked. That should be made free. Gargle with cold water to stimulate the vagus nerve. And swallow a teaspoon of sugar to interrupt the hiccup cycle. Once hiccup cycle is interrupted, then you are okay. Integrative approach of hiccup management. What is the integrative approach? Identify the cause, whether it is a GI or neurological or metabolic or drug induced. If you identify, then you can manage these problems. Apply the targeted treatment like prokinetics, anti-reflux therapy, electrolyte balance. Do it because you have identified the cause. You can target this management. Use the integrative therapies like Ayurveda, homeopathy, yoga, and naturopathy, and adjust diet and lifestyle to prevent the recurrence. So, interactive question answer. What is the best breathing technique for hiccup relief? Which Ayurvedic herb is most effective for hiccup? What role does stress management play in hiccup prevention? These are the three questions which you have to answer. And now, case study. A palliative patient with persistent hiccup due to gastric distension and chemotherapy. What you will do? How would you manage this patient? By using an integrative approach. So you have to write your answer in the Google Classroom and we have to submit. These are the multiple MCQs which you can read and answer. I'm not reading it, but 4 questions I have put, I will read it for you to explain the neurological, gastrointestinal and drug-induced causes of hiccup in palliative care patients. How does this inform management? How the causes, if you know, can be helpful in managing the patient. Discuss the integrative approaches like Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy and diet for treating persistent hiccup in patients undergoing chemotherapy. What is the cause? Chemotherapy is the cause. How you will manage? You have to answer like. Describe the importance of managing psychological triggers such as stress and anxiety in prevention and treatment of hiccups, and evaluate the role of caregiver education in home-based hiccup management in palliative care. What lifestyle and dietary advice should be given to the family care? So these are the 4 questions. You have to answer it. And I am giving a topic for your discussion forum. A 65-year-old man in palliative care with liver metastasis. Metastasis, you know, the last stage of cancer. When the cancer starts moving from one organ to different parts of the organ, that is called metastatic stage, and is experiencing persistent hiccup triggered by gastric distension and chemotherapy. His hiccups are causing discomfort, sleep disruption, and distress to his family. What you will do? Discussion points are: what are the most likely causes of his hiccup? You see, the patient is going under gastric distension and chemotherapy. There are two causes. Chemotherapy is going on, this is drug induced, and gastric distension, physiological. And patient is under liver imbalance is there, metastasis is there. Three causes. Old man itself is the problem, age, then liver metastasis, then gastric distension, and then chemotherapy. Four causes. His hiccup is causing discomfort. This is fine. What are the most likely cause of his hiccup? Out of these four, what is the most likely cause? You have to define it. How would you approach this case using holistic model of care? Holistic model means your allopathy, your pranayam, yoga, your diet, and your naturopathy and Ayurvedic medicinal plants, your homemade remedies, all things are covered under holistic model. And what combination of conventional and complementary therapies could be offered? Conventional and complementary. Conventional means allopathy medicine and complementary. There are the four cases. Chemotherapy is going on, gastric distension. So depending on these four functions, which you can reverse the gastric distension. Chemotherapy you cannot change. Liver metastasis you cannot change. So only this is the issue which you can manage by using conventional medicine and complementary medicine. And what advice and support would you give to the caregiver to manage this at home? So what are the home remedies which a patient family can give? I have told you ginger, fennel, cumin, and salt. These are the 4 or 5 things. Tulsi leaves. These things can be given by the family member in different forms with the patient life. That way, hiccup can be managed. Anyway, all of you are requested to write your decision on this patient, how you will manage, how you will manage a team, in what condition. So depending on the stage of hiccup, how long it is acute or 12 hours or many hours or 24, 48 hours, what you will do, to whom you will involve, how medical team will be activated. These things you have to discuss and you have to put your answer in the Google Classroom. And one thing more, you put your views and read others' comment also, and read others' view also and give your comment. At least one comment you should focus by giving your comment. With these words, I end my talk. Thank you very much.